And it is I, Wet Hamster, together with Kaboom Dragon.
What he
And
said,
we
but
will-
with me.
Yeah. We're going to do commentary on the Insane Mode videos. And we're going to talk about the plot for once. Now that we can find... Now that there's nothing, you know, we're not held back by spoilers.
The soldiers.
Yes, the soldiers, this...
No one's commanding the troops at this point.
The soldiers are suicidal and crap. We know this.
Yeah, they don't have weapons that can be used for anything. Anyway, but before I get ahead of myself, before I forget, I want to thank a bunch of people, though. I would do it later, but I figure I still have people's attention, so I will thank people. First of all, I'd like
Get
to
them
thank
before
you.
they all turn off.
Yeah. First of all, I'd like to thank you, Kaboom Dragoon, for sticking with me with the commentary. Like you said, you usually don't do this much commentary. So,
Mainly because I'm frankly sick of the sound of my own voice by this point.
oh, you don't even have to do the editing. I hate my own voice, and I have to do all the editing.
Yeah,
Think
I've
how I
got it
feel.
easy, don't I?
Anyway, thank you, Kaboom Dragoon. And here's my special thanks, though. I'd like to thank people in the tech support forum because I am absolutely dreadful at video editing. Let's see. Alexei Vasiliev, I can't even know if I'm reading this right.
Klaatu,
Trisophilia?
Barada.
Yeah. Admiral H. Curtis, Instant Grat, Nido King, and Poke Captain for his guide. And I'd also like to thank Michel Parameter for giving me a few pointers early on. You know, feedback. So, you know, I have that list of names of people who have helped me. And again, I'd like to thank them. And now that I haven't lost your attention just yet, we're going to talk about the plot. So,
Turn off now.
yeah, if you want to run away, feel free. We're gonna be... These will be long videos.
Long videos.
Yeah. But we'll be talking about the plot, and hopefully we will try to make sense of this horrible, horrible, horrible story.
Don't worry.
Oh.
Give it another 10 minutes. We'll probably be talking about D&D again.
Yeah. Or we'll do that between recording sessions.
One way or the other.
Trying to make sure that we don't have to talk about the other things.
Anything
I'd
but
like-
this.
Yeah. I'd like to point out, though, on Insane Mode, the shields of the rollers are always up. So, you bring... what's it called? Liberation Mode and break it, or you're never going to get past it. Yeah. Well, you could dive behind them, but then you get a couple seconds where you can shoot at them. But, yeah, whatever. So, let's start with a outlining of the plot. We have... Time Zero, a time before time itself, where things have happened. Okay,
Yep,
first
sorry,
of
I
all,
fell asleep there again.
oh, I'm trying to make it sound dramatic.
Yeah, you ever hear that old saying about feces and polishing?
No.
That sprang into mind right about here.
Oh,
But go
I've
on.
never heard of it. Anyway, the wedding happens. Kyle and Aya is shot, and Eve is... She dives into Aya's body because her, you know, pretty much before at the ending of Parasite Eve 2, her powers disappeared, and the idea is her powers have just been latent until now, and then they evolved into a new form of power. Or as I like to call them, soul powers instead of mitochondria powers.
Or as I like to call them, a complete nutter ass pull.
Pretty much. Anyway, crushes Aya's soul, which make the twisted, and she leaves her own body, which creates the high ones because her body doesn't have a soul.
Yeah, it's
And then-
kind of hinted that the high ones and the twisted have always kind of existed, and oh dear, I've gone cross-eyed.
Yeah. How should I put it? Well, no, not that they've always existed. They just existed since that point. or rather that the Aya's soul fragments have been roaming around into the future, and then some point in the future they turn into the Twisted Her soul fragments. It sounds as stupid as it is.
Yeah, I think you could get away with saying the word soul about another 17 or 18 times.
Anyway, and basically the people who were around Eve's soulless body at the time of her body deteriorating and disappearing, well, that was the people who were affected. Hydebore was created, I guess, as a byproduct of it. It's never really explained. Hydebore was never a person to start with, I guess.
Maybe he was the priest after all.
Maybe.
It's the only thing that would make any halfway decent explanation. And that's stretching it.
Yeah. Anyway, that's basically the start. And then time passes, the Twisted live underground, occasionally jumping up to eat people and grow because they've apparently traveled back just before the point of time zero. I guess they misjudged their jump back in time or something. They're a very convenient plot hole there. Anyway, where am I going with this? Things happen, Twisted grows, CTI is formed, all that stuff, and stuff happens, and we're up to the point where the new Aya Brea has been trained in weapons and still acts like a pussy, and has faced the Twisted multiple times to an extent, and is still a pussy. Or Eve Brea, or Eva, I guess, if you want to mix them together. Or Iya? I don't know.
Aye. No, that sounds like when you sit in your keys. Aye.
Aye. Sounds more like the sort of over-exaggerated scream. Anyway, all that sort of happens, and then we get to the actual game where it happens. You're outside the Sacrifice Club. In the tutorial, you basically allow it so soldiers can actually get inside the club, and then you go into the mission again after having to abort because of the Reaper.
Reapers. Oh no, wait, sorry. I'm thinking of beans.
Yeah.
Beans!
Oh,
I was shaking
yeah.
my fist
Anyway,
there, but you could probably tell that by the tone of my voice.
Yeah, I hate them too, but not as much as the Reaper. But then again, you really did play this so many times that you're happy to fight Beans instead of the Reaper.
No, I'm not clinically insane. Well,
Yeah. No, technically, I got it on paper from a psychiatrist that I'm insane with Asperger's. But yeah,
Awesome.
that's just me. But anyway, what's it called? I lost my train of thought. Anyway, then you get into the club, you see a bunch of stuff, mysterious girls walking around, and Emily.
and the entire time they're like, no, really, this is just like Parasite Eve 1. You remember that? You thought it was cool? Love me!
Yeah, and things happen. Emily turns into a monster, Emily being a school friend of Eve, and she's going over there to meet Rib at her favorite band's club. Or, not club, but where they're performing at least. One of their secret performances. Anyway, she's going there to meet Eve. And, she meets Eve by basically turning into a big, fat, insane high one in front of Aya, who she knows is Eve, and is telling her to remember!
Kind of a recurring theme.
Aya
Everyone in this
doesn't-
game knows more than you do.
Yeah. And you kill Emily for her efforts, because you just do.
Because she's big and evil and eating people.
And then you go into the second episode, which each time Aya kills a high one, she remembers a little bit more of her past. And frankly, I don't get the whole you destroy their soul bit, but you have a brief chat with them right before their soul is completely crushed, and that erases them entirely from time.
Metal Gear Solid
From that
syndrome.
point on. Yeah. But then again, I guess maybe from a standpoint that maybe the CTI goes, yeah, that person turned into a twisted monster. We're not gonna fuck with time and again, this is CTI as a general response, like, oh, this person turned into a monster. Oh, I guess we shouldn't go further back in time because they haven't turned into a monster then, and you basically nipped it in the bud before the person went on a rampage. In that sense.
Yeah, I don't think anyone has a clue as to what the hell they're doing in this game.
But I see it from this sense. Hydebore is an evil bastard, and he's like, I'll make up an excuse to not save our team member that turned into a big monster, because I want this person to turn into a big monster and die. And because these high ones die, it changes the changes the power structure between the twisted and the high ones. And for some reason, killing high ones makes the twisted die faster for some reason. Makes no sense when they say it that
Really
that changes the power structure. It's like, yes, you're killing the only man defending this bridge from Nazi invasion, and because you kill the man defending it, then all the Nazis die. That's basically how they're explaining it as. Until you reach chapter 3, then they're like, no, by the way, now it's going bad. All those high ones that you're killing, it's first when Cray died that it went bad. Because I guess Cray was the only one doing something?
Again, I don't think anyone in this game knew what the hell they were doing, let alone what the characters were doing.
Yeah. Anyway, then we reach the point where Cray lets himself get eaten by the Babel, I guess. Not sure what happened there. And the major inconsistencies where it said that I had a really awesome boss fight and shot Cray after he turned into a Twisted.
Again, I'm convinced she was just saying that to make herself look good in her reports.
I still think it's like the developers had actually planned for a boss fight there and more gameplay, but then they're like, shit, we don't have money or time. We have to hurry. Think of something. I know. We'll do a 2-month jump.
This is a fantastic idea and absolutely nothing can go wrong, but oh wait.
Oh wait. And
again, this game in a nutshell.
Then we get to episode 4, which we've all seen at this point. I'd hope so, at least. Episode 4, where you face off Kyle Madigan. He's standing on the top of the tower, but this does not change the power structure, as you don't go in the past, it's in the present. But we'll save the rest for the next videos.
Next time, we don't have a fucking clue.